Hello, welcome back. This is Mandy from Hope Designs, and I'm going to attempt to do one of those weird swooshy looking swipes again with some different colors and a different cell activator. And I haven't quite decided on all the colors yet. I'm going to use this 12-inch MDF round. So I'm going to kind of do things as I go. So let me get started. Okay, and I need to restock my pillow paint, so I'm going to use Walmart Color Place because that's what I have separated out a little bit. So I'm gonna, sorry. I keep trying to zoom out and I thought I paused you guys. So I'm gonna use what I already have out. Let me get it down and then we'll get going. And yeah, so I'm hoping that this one will turn out really cool. The last one I really liked. If you missed the video, it's not the most recent video, but the one right before that. And I tend to use too much pillow paint, so I'm trying to be a little bit more sparing because I don't want to have to spin so much off. Because honestly, I loved that one when it first spun out, and then we had to spin so much off that the composition wasn't quite what it was initially. So anyway, I can see there's bubbles in my paint, so that's a major bummer. So yeah, I want to do some of my favorite colors, you know, more of the jewel tone colors. And I kind of just went with what I had mixed up. The only thing is I mixed up some solar flare to add to the mix. So I'm gonna throw in some gold. And I'm torn between using my Old Faithful blue-black cell activator, which I don't even know if I have enough of, or using this one, which is Cobalt Turquoise Light. I'm leaning toward that. So yeah, move this stuff out of the way. We'll get going. I don't yet know which of these colors I'm actually going to use, so I'm just going to kind of go with it all at once. I have wet paint on my spinner. I'm going to pop a couple of these bubbles. Sorry for your ears. And some of them are not going anywhere, so oh well. Let me zoom you out a little bit. So yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. One of the first colors I'm going to put down is, I already have it open from my previous pour, so it's Midnight Blue. Zoom you out a little bit. Okay, so Midnight Blue. And that's from Matisse. And then I also have Matisse Australian Red Violet, sorry. Two of my faves. It's hard to beat this red violet color. I love it. And kind of moving things out of the way as I go. The next color I'm going to put down is I am torn. I think I'm going to put Butterfly Wing. No, that's a lie. African Violet, which is a PrizmPour color from Colourarte. And don't forget, you can save 20% off of anything on the Colourarte website using my code Mandy1120 in all lowercase. And there are 18 new PrizmPour colors out, and they're awesome. I love them all. Next up is, I'm torn. I think next up is going to be Butterfly Wing. I've had this mixed up for a little bit, so I think I'm gonna, this is also from Colourarte. It's a gorgeous color. This is from the Summer Sequence set, maybe? I think. Forgive me, because right now I don't remember, but I feel like it is. This is a primary element. Okay, we finished that guy up. And then next up is Blue Velvet, which is a PrizmPour color. Another one of my favorites. I think I say that about all of them. And then, oops, I almost mixed this up with something else. Now I'm going to use Chambord, which is also from Summer Sequence. And I love this color. I used it constantly when it first came out. I didn't mix it before I started filming, so sorry about that. But it is beautiful. I think I'm just gonna drizzle, sort of pour this one. Ooh, look what I did. So pretty. Okay. Like, come back over here, guy. Oops. All right, and close this one because I'm running out of space over here. Now I'm going to drizzle some Violet Rose, also a PrizmPour color. It's beautiful. Gorgeous color shifting, so pretty. I have a negative space swipe where I use these two and a few other colors together, and I also use Solar Flare, and I think that's what made me think about using those colors together again, because they look really beautiful together. So let me close this guy, and we're going to use a little Solar Flare and then a little bit of Deep Sea. So this is Solar Flare. There's big particles in this one, so it's a beautiful unassuming gold, but wait till it gets on there, especially after it's resined. It is one of my favorites. I love it. It just adds like this really perfect pop of gold. Okay. Put this over here. And then a little bit of Deep Sea, which is a global paint, which I also get from Pixel Paint Designs. Pixel Paint Designs, I have a 15% off promo code in the description box below. That's also where I get my Australian Floetrol and my Boom Gels, which I initially thought about using Boom Gels in this one, but I guess I'm not going to. All right, so I'm going to load up my palette knife. I'm gonna torch this. You shouldn't torch in the Bloom recipe, just so you know, but the bubbles are driving me crazy, so. And the reason why you don't torch is because you get a skin on your paint. So you shouldn't, and if you are going to break the rules, you have to do it very quickly, like I already have a little skin right there. So it will burn your paint because this is house paint. So unlike regular acrylic pouring, you really aren't supposed to torch. Sometimes I'm impatient and I want the bubbles popped now and I don't have an hour to pop bubbles. So sometimes I break the rules, and that's what happened just now. It still didn't pop them all. There's still some very large bubbles. So we're still gonna have a little bit of work to do, but popped a couple of them. Even these sharp little tweezers don't always pop them all. They're like stubborn bubbles. Stubborn little bubbles. Sometimes you can blow them and they'll pop. Ooh, I made that one angry, you know? There's a whole pool of paint down here. Okay, so this Atelier Interactive Cell Activator is thicker than like a gram or an Amsterdam. So I start off with 3 parts Australian Floetrol, and then I'm gonna do blue and teal. I start off with 3 parts Australian Floetrol to 1 part paint, but then I add as needed to thin it out. So I am going to use blue and the Cobalt Turquoise. I guess I'm just a chicken, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to put the blue down first. The reason why I think I want to do that is because if we have negative space on the painting, which we will, this blue-black looks super cool on the pillow. It looks really cool when it develops pillow cells. So I think that's I'm either a chicken or that's my primary motivator. I'm gonna go with that being my primary motivator, but maybe it's a little bit of both. Okay. I'm just using up the rest of my cell activator on here because I'm almost down to the bottom. But I am gonna sprinkle some of the teal in there because I think that'll look cool. Okay. Now I know I need to make more of that. So there we go. We're going to put a little bit more of the Cobalt Turquoise Light. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. I think that using Cobalt Turquoise Light as the only cell activator with similar colors would be really cool on a black pillow. But for some reason, I saw that going differently on this one and I was like, maybe not. I feel like I have a lot on here, so I'm just evening it out a little bit. Okay. Sorry, I'm like deep in thought over here trying to figure this out. Okay, so I'm going to start over here. I'm terrible at this part, running it through the edge. Like I always make a crater when I'm supposed to be making the smallest little line. That's why we practice, I suppose, huh? You can tell by how deeply I was concentrating that I was having a hard time. And I didn't make the best swirly lines. That's all right, we'll figure this out. The good thing about these is they don't have to be perfect to be pretty. I think that's one of the things that's kind of encouraging about swipes as opposed to blooms is you can really screw up a swipe and it can still turn out pretty. Just got paint on the counter. So that's what we're going for here. We're gonna let the cells develop a little bit on this other side, but I'm also gonna blow on them a little bit. Too much cell activator is what's causing them to take forever to form, but they'll get there. I don't like the way this line worked out, so I'm going to see. Wonder if I should just not try to run that line through it, if I should just use a skewer, because I'm really terrible at it. It's okay, puppies. Tough. Sorry, my dog is dreaming. Okay, so I don't like the way this turned out. So I probably should just use something like this when I'm trying to do that. It's probably going to go away anyway, but I don't think this part turned out very good. So I'm going to try to make it look like we did this on purpose. But I don't foresee that working. Like what I just did made it worse. So I think instead of that, I'm going to have to try to come in here and make it look like we're after something. So here, it's going to look kind of crazy in the center there. Then here, I really just kind of need to get rid of this, but I don't know if there's any way to do that where it's not going to just look worse, you know? So I'm going to take it from the approach that this may end up being here, and it may be part of it, but we're going to make it look like we wanted it there. Some of it's going to fly off, so I'm not abundantly concerned. I am concerned about how much cell activator we still have on here. Whoa, whoa. Not gentle. That wasn't gentle at all. I definitely had too much on there. All I'm doing is breaking the surface tension. That's why when I said that wasn't gentle, that was problematic, because when it's not gentle, it blows down into the pillow paint. So what we want is to just a nice gentle blow to break the surface tension. There is a part here where the pillow paint is showing. So I don't know if we should just kind of embrace that. Feels like it's kind of unavoidable. I think I just screwed this up. This is gonna fly off though, so. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just screwed this up. Like really badly. Really, really badly. Okay. I think that that's gonna come off. This is weird looking right here. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna recover from that, but I need to not waste too much time on it. Okay. It's hard sometimes because you get so much pillow paint on your skewer. It's hard not to screw that up even worse, you know? This is going to potentially look really messy. I don't like that. Here, this could go one of two ways. This could open up and look really terrible, or it could look intentional. Right now it feels to me like it's going to look really terrible. And this little bit of pink that's showing is going to just be so noticeable. So, and I keep making it worse by trying to make it better. You guys, this is terrible right here. And like there's almost no way to make it better. The only thing I can do is see if I can make it look not as bad, so if it doesn't get quite to the end, it will look like we did something here on purpose. We did not do this on purpose. I guess that looks a little better. I think this is going to end up being here. Okay. I am no pro at this, let me tell you. Okay, there are some crazy looking bubbles over here. Okay. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? This is not going my way, you guys. Okay. I want this to look like I did it on purpose, but I don't want it to look crazy. Don't drip. Okay. And then okay. I love the colors. The composition's real strange, but I love the colors, so we can work with the composition. This is the thing that I really struggle with, though, is like, how do I make sense of this guy right here? It's not like I really want to bring it over here, but I almost have to. The only thing I can think of is if I keep going from over here, where we're kind of following this trajectory, maybe it'll look like we wanted that to look like a snail shell. We did not, but you know, here we are with a problem. We have to fix it. So this is all going to come off anyway. What do y'all think? I want to know if you're watching this going, no, what are you doing? You know, because I would probably be saying that to myself if I were you, watching along. I think if I come from here much more, it's just going to look weird. So what if we come from, nope, almost anything else I do is just going to look crazy. So is this the best we're going to get? Ooh, almost put white paint right there to pop that dumb bubble. Stupid bubbles. They always have it out for me, these bubbles do. Okay. This looks a little square right here. So we'll just create some lines for him. Same for this guy. That didn't work real well. Okay. Still, I'm really not convinced that I have solved this problem here. But I'm not sure that we're going to solve it. It's probably just going to look crazy. So let's give it a little spin and see how bad it's going to get. It's kind of wild. You know, I might actually be able to get this off, and we might not have as serious of a problem. The only thing, this crater in the middle, I'm not sure about it, you know. It's testing me a little. Got a little thing here. This is funky. It's not intended to look this way. It's funky for sure. To make sure I'm not dripping on the non-funky parts with my fingers. Like, I think the things that I really don't like about this now when it dries won't really be an issue, but right now they stand out to me like crazy. Like this, I don't like this. This, I can live with this because we can make it look like we did this on purpose. Oh, come on, stop doing that. All right. Like I said, we can work with this guy right here and his craziness. I can even draw some lines. What is wrong with you, Rocha? Okay. I can even draw some lines through this and wreck this a little bit more. And maybe make it look like this is exactly what we had in mind. You know what? I better not go too crazy with that, because if we keep spinning it out and it's not a problem anymore, then I might really wish I had let that alone. But I think if I can get this weird canal of swirliness to get to the edge, I think that that will make my life a lot better. Oh my gosh. Did I just put pillow paint right here? Actually, it seems like the pillow cell is trying to come up in there. I don't know that I actually caused that. Okay, let's spend a little bit more before I completely obsess over this and make it worse. I had a lot more pillow paint on there than I thought. Well, this is not so much a negative space swipe anymore, because we have eliminated a great deal of the negative space. However, now if I look at this, the things that I really hated about it are not quite as bad. So, whew, I'm running out of time. So let me see here. I gotta take a shower in a minute and go to a wedding. So I have to think on my feet a little bit. How long is this video? Are you guys bored yet? 28 minutes. Good grief. Okay. I don't like this pink part, but I don't mind this as much now. What did I just do, you guys? Look at that. Must be paint underneath here. This is probably where I drug that thing in the pillow paint initially by accident. I could, like, this doesn't bother me as much as it did before. This right here, though, kind of does. But not like a lot. I like the way this is kind of wispy right here. I like that. So this part kind of looks like a weird river in the middle, but I don't mind it. It's kind of growing on me. I love the colors. I like that we got rid of that weird part on this side. Let's just see if we can't, we still have a little bit of paint to spin off, so let's see if we can't get this a little bit more this way so the pink is not so obvious right there. And then I could probably live with this. It's strange. Doesn't have a lot of negative space. It does have some interest though. I love the colors. I love how these are sort of like pillow cells with a little color in them on this side. I can live with this now, even though it's a little strange. This river in the middle, I find it odd, but I like it. I kind of like it in this direction, where what's on the top, I guess closest to you would be the top. I'm tempted to do something here, but I'm almost thinking anything I do now will just look super weird. So I think I have enough off. Just pop in a couple bubbles. What do you guys think? So strange. It's not very negative spacey, but I mean, there's some negative space, but it's like an inch maybe. What do you guys think? Colors are super cool. Composition is strange, but I think I like it. I think it's a, I'm gonna call it a sort of a win. I don't know why I messed with that. I did not make that better. So yeah, let me bring you down for a close-up. You can let me know what you think in the comments about my weird painting. All right, everyone, let me show you this weird little painting. So I love this part down here. See what I mean about the solar flare? Look at that beautiful pop of gold. That's my dog, if you hear her. And then here is the part up here. I really like this part. This is the part that we sort of got rid of most of it, and we're glad. Love this part right here. Here is where we sort of kind of tried to work with that weird top. Actually, I don't even remember which part is which, but I do like this part. It really does look kind of like a little river. A weird river, but a river. I can't honestly even really tell that I used that Cobalt Turquoise light in the cell activator. All I notice is the indigo color. I can see it a little bit right here outlining those cells. But here's our strange little river. And here's the whole piece. So what do you guys think? Is it like the weirdest thing ever, or do you like it? Do you think it's cool? Anyway, let me know what you think. Thanks for hanging out and watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon.